I've got a car you didn't mention, which I'm surprised isn't on the list, honestly.
Okay.
A new car coming in 2023.
It's a new one. Okay.
Well, it's okay. It is okay. Well, I'll kind of give it away. It's similar to the GR Yaris, where like they've been making it, but this is like the next best version of it. So
please share, because I'm excited, because that you slipped something about that before we started recording.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a Supra. Maybe it's a Supra.
Nope.
But
I'll give you some hints. It has more power than all of the models of the Honda Civic up to the SI. It matches the SI. Okay. More power than the Hyundai Elantra. Wow. Let's go with Elantra. Let's just say Elantra. There's more power than the Elantra. All of the models except for the N. The N has 276 horsepower out of nowhere. I had no idea. That's a lot.
Wow.
It's got more power than a Volkswagen Jetta, than a Mazda MX-5 Miata, than a Mazda 3. More power than the Mercedes-Benz A-Class, and more power than the new Mini Cooper S. So
I gotta be honest, you're not naming the most impressive cars.
No, well, but I'm naming.
Is it a version of the GT86?
It is the 2023.
Hey guys, welcome back to Third Pedal Podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Zach.
And Happy New Year. Man, we haven't talked to you guys since last year. It's been a minute. We'll have to put a little, I don't know, we'll put fireworks here.
We'll do like
we'll do
yay! You know that little sound? Yay!
Yes. I wish we had that on our little soundboard thing. That'd be awesome.
I think we do.
I don't want to dig for it. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great Christmas break. Thanks for riding with us, giving us December off. Felt great to kind of regroup, put out a lot of shorts, and take some time to spend with family and friends, all that jazz. But it is indeed the new year. So in addition to writing the wrong date, I was going to say on checks, but I guess people don't really write checks anymore. Writing the wrong date on things in general. I have an exciting little piece I wanted to cover. It's sad in the beginning, but it gets happy in the end. So I've got
start the new
big
year
news
off
for
with
the year. We've got 5 cars that are leaving for good, which is sad.
Oh.
But we've also got 5 cars to look forward to. And I think it's a pretty good trade. Actually, I'm looking at my list. I think I have 6 cars that are leaving. Which one do I want to get rid of? I'm going to get rid of this last one.
No, you can keep it 6 because I got a 6th car that's coming in 2023.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got an even 12. So this is, instead of the 12 days of Christmas, these are the 12 cars of 2023.
There we go. I love it.
That needs a
We just got a title right there. Yeah.
Just did it. Okay, cool. So let me...
Cars 2023.
I am going to share my screen.
All right.
All right, so we're going to start with the 5 cars that are leaving. So first up on deck, this one makes me sad because I feel like it's like when a new friend just shows up and then they're like, oh, they moved to a different town. And you're like, what the heck? So first car that's leaving.
To a different school. That's what that reminded me of.
Yes.
Oh, no, for real?
It's the NSX. Yep, the NSX is being discontinued.
I
feel the same because I thought it was the first time. I thought this was the first year it came out. And then they're like, never mind. It's done now.
I knew it's been out since 2017 or something like that.
Yeah, I think 18, somewhere around
18
there.
Maybe. This one looks cool, though. I've never seen one looking this nice.
Yeah, I think this must be the last generation of it.
That's probably why they're like, nobody pays attention to us.
Probably.
We're leaving.
I mean, it sucks because it's not as iconic as the old, I mean, it didn't have a chance to, as the old NSX, but it just kind of always felt like a video game car to me. It had so much cool technology in it, but it always just kind of looked like the Grand Theft Auto car or something like that.
It was a hybrid too, wasn't it? Kind of low horsepower.
I don't think it was low horsepower, but it was a hybrid.
Because the first one was twin turbo. Wait a minute. It was an NAV6 rear engine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the first one wasn't necessarily like crazy special, super high horsepower supercar anyways.
This thing was no slouch. The 2022 Acura NSX, the MSRP was $170,000. It's a 3.5 liter V6 that pushed out 520 horsepower.
Oh. So it's like a rear engine GTR
it's like a Ferrari. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder why. Just sales,
probably because it's been out and we're just now talking about it.
Yeah, I guess so. It has never been a topic of conversation.
But yeah. So anyway, the NSX, that is the first car that's leaving. Second up, and the one that's near and dear to my heart. Oh, shoot. You can see the thumbnails.
I know. I kind of got the preview.
That's a bummer. The Chevy Spark.
You should be able to hide the thumbnails, can't you?
At all. Yeah, but I don't know how I'm going to get to the next things.
You just do like the down arrow.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Dope. You can't see them now.
Okay.
I can computer.
Chevy
okay,
Spark?
so the
still
Chevy
making
Spark
those?
is going away. Yeah, and the Chevy Spark, I think the only thing that's cool about the Chevy Spark is that one time they used it in a music video where they had all the paddles and stuff, and it like played the song. Do you remember that video?
Dude, that was a Spark.
Yes, that was a Spark. They were
That
all like
was
sitting on the
awesome.
outside of it. Yeah, so that's the only thing Sparks have ever been really good for.
We need to
but-
cut a clip of that in because there's a lot of you youngins
Yes.
who probably have no idea what we're talking about here.
Yes.
Needing is one thing, and getting's another.
So, okay, car number 2, Chevy Spark. Car number 3, another shocking and sad one. The Ford GT.
Oh,
right?
well, okay.
Ooh.
Sucks.
Ooh.
But they just kind of like bring this back every once in a while anyways, right? They haven't been
I know.
consistently every year making one of these, right?
I know. No, they haven't. It's been, I mean, it was the previous generation and then nothing. And then this guy came out with like the Angry Birds rear lights and like that debuted,
Mhm.
whatever it was, like 2-3 years ago. And yeah, it's going away for a little while
Sick
again, which is
car.
fine.
Sick,
you
sick
see-
car.
This is a side note. Recently, did you see there was just the, I think it was like a week ago, they set the new fastest street legal car record with a Ford
No.
GT. It was an
Really?
old GT40. They did 310 miles an hour.
What?
Yeah.
In a street legal car?
Yeah. Well, maybe next
That's
week's episode
insane.
we'll go through it. We'll do a complete video breakdown. Yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah, we
looking.
should definitely do that. That is insane. That sounds
anyway.
so scary. You know what the problem is with
Yeah.
the Ford GT and the Acura?
Hmm.
The buy-in price is too high for it to be
Yeah.
popular. Like, look at
Yeah.
the C8 Corvette and the success that it's had. Like,
Yep.
I bet everybody listening probably knows somebody or knows somebody who owns a C8 Corvette.
Right.
Like, they're
Right.
so accessible. You can get one from like $60,000 to $100,000, and if you're shopping for like a car of that caliber, that's pretty affordable.
Right.
So
Right. It's really
I
not
see,
bad
like-
because you're talking about you got like all these 6-figure cars. I mean, it's probably the same reason, or at least a big contributing factor to why the Viper's not around anymore. Is there just wasn't
Right.
enough people to justify
well,
it.
if you're going to spend $170,000 on a supercar, are you going to buy an Acura? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Like, no offense to Acura, but
No,
You're
the nostalgia is
probably-
not. I mean, that's where like the Nissan 400 came in perfect. It seemed, or the Nissan Z. I don't know what they
Right.
call it. I think it's a 400, but
Yeah.
like that came in because it's still all the people who are nostalgic about it and excited
Mhm.
about it can get
Even
it
the
because it's
Supra.
attainable. Yeah,
same
even the
deal.
Supra.
The Supra
Yeah.
didn't come up as some crazy supercar. Like,
That's
it
a
came
great
in
point,
as
actually.
like they cut corners. People hated it because they partnered with BMW to save
Yeah.
money and all this stuff, but they were able to deliver
But it worked.
a true like next gen of the Supra for like $50,000. I think the MSRP was when
Yeah.
it first came out. And
That's
now
a
they're
really
coming
good-
out with the stuff people like with a manual
Yeah.
transmission and different stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point because like I would have put like if I was talking older JDM cars, I would have put Supra and NSX in a similar bracket, and
Mhm.
now an NSX is 3 times the cost of a Supra. So if you're going to get the same like JDM nostalgia stuff, obviously the NSX is a higher performing car from the factory. It's built
Yeah, it's
to
a
be,
different
but it's
caliber.
almost like
Yeah.
they used the wrong branding for it. You know, it's like they
Yeah.
pitched it as something that it really wasn't, and then Toyota was able to come in and be like, hey, we can do that for like normal car money. And then people
Right.
gravitated towards that. So,
Well, it's
so
interesting-
basically the Supra is the Corvette of the JDM market is what you're saying to me.
Supera's the Corvette. Yeah, yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. The Ford GT though, they also did some weird stuff with like they were trying to be so exclusive
Mm-hmm.
to keep the value of the cars up that they like. Remember they sued John Cena?
I
Do you
don't
remember
remember
this?
that. No.
Okay, I might. This is probably 70% factual, 30% bro science, but I'm like pretty sure because they would like select who could buy the cars, right? Like you couldn't just go to Ford and be like, I want a Ford GT because I have $250,000 or whatever they cost.
Right.
Like you had to get allocation, which is pretty common amongst like super high performance cars or limited release
Yeah.
cars. You got to buy an allocation. A lot of you can get them if you're a dealer, but people like literally trade allocations, like sell allocations for cars.
Right.
So, anyways, there was however many people were able to buy this one, and then I remember John Cena was one, and like part of the agreement or whatever, like in order to get it, you had to sign that like you
Yeah.
weren't going to sell it for a certain amount of
Yep.
time because it was like an anti-flipping rule because that was
Yep.
so common with every supercar. Like you could,
Yep.
the people who could get the allocations would either flip the allocations or actually buy the car and then flip the car because nobody else could
Right.
get it. You wanted to be
Right.
exclusive. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure John Cena did it, and then I'm pretty sure Ford sued him.
You're right.
Someone
It was
fact
in
check us on that.
2017. No, I just looked it up while you're doing this. It was in 2017. The base
There we
price
go.
of a GT. Do you know what the base price of these things was?
Is it not 250,000?
No, it's double that. It's 478,000.
What the heck?
No. Could you imagine spending that on a Ford?
Paying that? Yeah, I mean it's
So-
a pretty spectacular Ford, but still.
Valid. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So you're 100% right. Yeah, it was that, and then he took delivery of an all new 2017 GT, and then he sold the car just a few months later. And doing so, he violated the sales agreement. When Ford GTs were for handpicked customers. But
This dude's pissing off Ford and China in the same year. Not
isn't
smart.
he more pissing off America? And he's like with China.
Maybe.
I thought it was like
Oh.
that way around.
I forgot
And
to
since,
deal with that.
since
Let's move
this
past-
short is going to be on a
Cut.
Chinese app, then. So anyway, the next car,
this one's
the
not blowing
Hyundai Veloster.
This one's going away?
This one's going away.
Dude,
and it's
Austin's
interesting.
going to be so sad.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, we got to tell him.
That's such a bummer.
So Austin, we're so sorry, man. So it was interesting because the article I was reading about this too, it says this is the first year that they had, like, it was brought into the N division and it got all that life breathed back into it.
Yeah.
But I guess there's just not, which this is weird to me. There's just not a market, I guess, for the 3-door hatch thing because it doesn't have the rear door. It's like the weird coupe with the back, and so
Oh,
apparently
yeah.
there's
Well,
not a great market for it. So
It does have a rear door on the other side. Do you know that?
what? Oh, is that why they call it a 3-door? So they're not counting the
Yes.
back?
Yeah.
That's so freaking weird.
So I don't know what the thinking was behind that. Of like maybe just some dude at Hyundai's like, it's for the aesthetic.
That's so weird. Or
Like,
or you had two
he
different
just doing
departments,
that.
and one's like it's a coupe, and then the other guy's like, no, it's a sedan, and then they're like,
Right.
well, I just already made the whole side.
They're like, you get to design the left side, you get to design the right side. And they called it even.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. Yeah, I always thought that was funny that like you get this
That's
clean
interesting.
coupe look on the driver's side, and then on the other side
Yeah.
you get like the passenger door, which I guess kind of makes sense if you're thinking
Yeah.
about it practically. If you are driving people around, anytime somebody's getting out of the car, then is going to be in the non-traffic side. If you're parking on the
Yeah.
street, so your
Yeah.
passengers are going to be less at risk. You're getting
That's
like
true.
kids out
That
of
is
the
a good
back.
point.
Kids can't like jump out into traffic; they have to get out on the other side. So maybe there was.
So-
let's give them the benefit of the doubt and assume they put that
Here's-
much thought into it.
Here's a question for that. Then I wonder if the UK version of the car has the door on the other side.
Yeah, right. Is it split? I don't know. Someone Google it.
These are the hard hitting facts that we.
Yeah, this is what we need to Hyundai. We need to know. Got a list
So
of
on a-
questions that need
On a very,
answers.
very different note, the next car that is being discontinued in 2023. This list is all over the place,
Yeah, it has been
is
so far.
the Aventador.
Okay.
right?
Wait, the Aventador is okay. I have a similar question.
So
to
my
a few
first
of the other
question was,
cars.
I didn't know it still was around.
I thought the last Aventador they made was in like 2015.
So did I. I thought they were all
Okay.
used at this point. Could you imagine like flashing your brand new Aventador? We're like, dude, sick 5-year-old supercar. And they're
Yeah,
like,
like,
no.
why don't you get a Huracan? Like it's brand new. This is like
Yes.
the January reminder. This is like the January I'm poor reminder that I didn't know they still made Aventadors.
Yes, yes. So apparently
Not
this thing's
that
been around for a
bracket.
decade, and they've had a bunch of
Okay.
different versions of it and everything. But apparently, I think it says this is the last like gas only V12 Lamborghini that's being made because they're augmenting
Wow.
it with some other stuff for others. But
This is
so
the
it's sad,
last
end of an era.
vertical door Lamborghini right now because the Huracan and the
You're
Urus
right.
are the only two, and those are just regular doors.
Are those the only two? Those aren't the only two Lamborghini. I mean, it's the only two Lamborghinis you'll ever see. The rest of them are in collections, but
Are
'Cause
there?
they've got-
do they make
they
other
just-
ones?
they just did the Countach this year. They did
Oh,
a
that's
rerun of the
right.
Countach for a
Was
single
that
year.
real though?
Supposedly,
Like, did they actually
I mean,
make and deliver them?
according to this, they did. It
Wow.
doesn't say how
I had
many
no
though.
idea.
There was a limited run. It was a 7-figure Lamborghini though. So I mean, it wasn't like it was a regular
Yeah.
Lamborghini cost.
Right.
But it looked amazing. Have you seen pictures of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't
Yeah,
drag it
that's
in
a
there
dumb-
anyway. So I'm glad you
They
have.
also did the Google this since you're on the screen already. Google this Lamborghini Centauro.
Can't because it's not on that screen. But I know which one you're talking about. and I'll put a picture here.
I was just wanting for you to
oh,
pull
just
it
to
up,
do it.
just
Oh,
for you to see it, and you can react to it.
Um,
Everybody else can Google it. Pause and go Google it.
What's it
or
called?
you can edit it in.
I'll post it in
Centauro
here.
or something like that.
Oh yeah, that one's sick. Oh, it just looks like a.
Looks like a hypercar.
Well, it kind of looks like just a body kitted Huracan.
Oh, am I
In a
thinking of
way.
the wrong thing? Oh,
I'm
I
thinking
am
of the.
wrong
I'm
thing.
thinking of the single seat one. Is that what you're thinking of? The jet one?
Yeah, what one was that called?
I
Not
don't know.
Superleggera, because that's just a version.
Is it the one with the V? I don't know. That's Lamborghini's problem. You can't friggin' say their names.
Oh, since
some
we're talking
Italian
about
dude's pissed at me
Lamborghini,
right now.
oh, Veneno. Yes, Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. Dude, that thing. Oh, that is a freaking crazy looking car.
Okay. Oh yeah, that one. That's the one I was thinking of. Anyway, let's cover that on a future one. We're making editing a nightmare for this, and we're already getting so sidetracked. No, it's good. So then the last car that's going away is not that one. The last car that's going away, the Veloster again, is the Passat. The Passat is going away.
Oh, interesting. So they're going full Jetta, right? They're leaning in.
Yep. Yeah,
that
I
makes
don't think
sense.
the CC exists anymore either. But so I thought that was interesting. So those are the 6 cars that are going away in 2023.
The CC was replaced with the Arteon.
Okay.
If you know
you're
that
right.
Volkswagen, which and the Arteon is basically like the Volkswagen version of like a S6.
Yep.
Same type of size and styling and stuff like that. Just a little more. I still don't like. We've talked about this before, like because Volkswagen leans so hard into performance stuff too.
Yep.
Even though they're like the generic brand, they're like the dollar store version of Audi, which I could say because I own both, so I can say that.
Yep.
But
I kind of do too, but the other way.
Yeah, right. But like it's interesting because like Volkswagen will come out with like their Golf R is essentially the same thing as the S3, but they don't have like a RS version, which makes sense.
Yep.
But
it
then
is
they have like
interesting, though.
GLI versions, and they have like the Arteon is like kind of competition for an S6. But if you're going to buy an A6, S6, you're not going to buy an Arteon. Like you're likely not shopping both.
Because it's not though. It's really interesting because like even comparing like my Q7 and a Touareg are the same exact thing. And like they're the same exact, but the features that they came with year for year are very different. Like the Audi comes with a lot of different features that the Volkswagen just didn't until like 3 years later. So it's weird that like even they share the same exact engine and they have a lot of the same exact things to it, but then there's like other things that aren't interchangeable at all and weren't even like the adaptive cruise wasn't even available on the Touareg until the last year, 2016, and it was only on like one trim level and it was super rare. But on Q7s they did it from 2010 on in different trim levels and stuff, and it's like it's just weird that there's like little things like that. There's more power in the Audi one for no reason. It's the same exact engine. Like there's just weird little things like that, which maybe there's not. Maybe it's just marketing and I fell for it. Who knows? But here we are. So anyway,
it's algorithmic marketing that's like based on the stuff you'll respond to. They say all the positive stuff about the Audi, based on the stuff that Volkswagen people will say. Yeah,
exactly. So those are 6 cars that are going away. So now the good news.
What are we getting?
So
you're depressing us.
Dude, we're getting some great things. I didn't include any weird ones. I wish I would have included some weird ones. So first up is we have a new... Oh, I need to hide the sidebar. Hold on. There we go.
Whoa. Oh, this is the Mustang?
This is the new... So we are getting a new generation of Mustang, the S650.
Not going to lie, I thought we were looking at a new Camaro.
Hilarious because the Camaro is being discontinued in 2024. So there's a whole bunch of memes about like Mustang owners in 2023 being all excited, and then the Camaro owners just upset that they get one more year. But so this thing's interesting. This is not only is it a gorgeous looking new Mustang. It comes in two different engines, and then there's the special mode. So we've got the EcoBoost, the 2.3 EcoBoost still, the 5.0 Coyote, but they're both going to be part hybrid. And there's rumors that we might be looking at all-wheel drive Mustangs now.
What?
Which is really interesting. Which might solve the crowd control problem. So that's
okay.
Boom. We're just not light on Ford, are we? It's just Ford and BMW can't catch a break. So that's pretty cool.
Sick though.
And then the coolest of them all is the Dark Horse that's coming out in 2023, which is the crazy. We still haven't done a deep dive on it, I think, but it's got a ton of power and it's built right and it sounds glorious. And that's
kind of
all
like
I know off the top of my head.
Hellcat, right?
Yeah, essentially. I think it's their solution to Hellcat, which is funny because it's like they're getting in the game and then all the other cars are like, "Hey, we had to discontinue ours already, dude." And they're like, "Yeah, we're faster now." It's like, okay,
they're
guy,
coming in at the final hour. Yeah.
So
that's just like we've been ruling that land for the last decade, and now you come in with like this competitor. Yeah.
Yes. So speaking of Camaros, their big brother is coming out with a new version, the Z06 this year, which has been long awaited. That's a gorgeous car. I actually haven't spent a lot of time looking at this photo. So this is
Roadster too.
Yeah, dude. So the Z06, for those who are not familiar, that is with the smaller engine, the 5.5 liter flat plane crank engine. Very similar to a Ferrari engine. It's got 670 horsepower, naturally aspirated at 8,400 RPM, which is nuts.
Put in a link for the episode where we did the breakdown of how they built this engine. you guys are going to want to watch that.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll plug it in.
Chevy
I'll plug in the thumbnail
and
for it.
GM may or may not have done a little bit of eBay shopping
That's
from
right,
Ferrari
dude. I forgot.
to build this car. And if you've heard one, go Google one. We won't edit it. I mean, maybe we'll edit it. Maybe we won't. We'll
see.
find out. But go Google it. Listen to. You got to make sure it's the Z06.
Yeah.
It literally sounds like a baby Ferrari. It's insane.
And also, you think that we're kidding when we brought up the eBay thing, but go listen to the episode.
No, that's legit.
It's nuts.
Yeah, go listen to that one.
So this car, so far, 2 for 2. The third car that's coming this year,
yes,
the Corolla GR. This is the one that I'm most excited about. I think this is the one, like, money aside for him, just like fun factor. I think this one will be probably the most fun. So this car,
just
again,
seems
for those,
like something you can rip around so hard for some reason. Like, it seems like you can just like throw it into a wall and just keep going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you could totally see that whole rear bumper get ripped off, but it's still having a great time.
Yeah.
Like, and so for those who don't know, or don't remember, we covered this on a past episode too. I'll have to plug that episode number 2. I'll link them all below. But this guy, it has a whopping 1.6 liter 3-cylinder engine, pushing out 300 freaking horsepower, and it's all-wheel drive.
Insane.
And it only comes in a 6-speed, so it's pretty much.
Oh, I didn't know it only came 6-speed.
Yeah, only 6-speed.
That's beautiful.
It's wonderful. So it's just like, it's basically the WRX that Subaru didn't let us have. So it's awesome. I want to drive one really bad, and they're coming this year. So we're going to start seeing these puppies ripping around. I wonder what the stereotype's going to be. Are they going to fall into Focus territory? Are they going to be super little brother?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to be like the big... I mean, obviously, it's the WRX at STI, but they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that anyways at Subaru.
Right.
So I wonder who they're going to step on. Like, who's trading in for this? Is it going to be, like you said, maybe it is former STI WRX owners, or is it Focus RS guys, or is it... I could see GTI guys trading in for something like this, because it is all-wheel drive. True. You can do the Golf R, but you can go from a GTI to this.
Yep.
It's probably more fuel efficient. It's probably a little bit more fun. And all-wheel drive. It's going to be a lot more reliable if you're a GTI guy. So you're going to appreciate that. So interesting.
So this guy's coming. Very excited about that. The next car, I had a wild card. I thought I didn't have a wild card for the new ones. I do. Is the Ferrari SUV.
Dude. Yeah.
What is... Really? That's your reaction to this?
Yeah. Ferrari's making an SUV. We ain't got a choice. We ordering these. Drake.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I don't even know what you're saying right now. So yeah, this is the... Do you know how to say the name?
I don't even know the name.
The Puro Sangu. Some Italian dude's just rolling in his grave right now. It's a V12 naturally aspirated engine. So that's cool. It's still very Ferrari. It just looks like a stretched vertically version of the other Ferrari that looks like this. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Ferrari names.
F8 Tributo. It does look like that. No?
It's not that one. No, I'm thinking of... It's from the back that it looks like it. This also has the Angry Birds lights in the back. Like those circle ones.
Oh, it looks like the FF.
No. I don't think it's the FF. Ferrari FF. Let's see if that's what we're talking about. It is what we're talking about. Good job. Yeah. Great job. It does look exactly like a Ferrari FF, just taller.
Hold on. You're going to be like 458. The Ferrari blah, 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 F8 Tributo. The Ferrari, whatever this one is, a spaghetti bolognese. And then FF. What do we call it? I don't know. Just put an F twice.
I still love that they got away with Ferrari. La Ferrari.
yeah. Well, that one's supposed to be like the pinnacle. It's like the one named after the brand, because it's supposed to be like everything that's perfect about the brand. But that is funny, because nobody else does that. Ferrari, La Ferrari. If you'd be like Lamborghini, La Lamborghini, or like
Toyota.
Porsche de Porsche, Porsche de Porsche.
Porsche would do that for sure.
Yeah,
that feels like a Porsche thing to do.
That seems on brand.
So there's
more on brand for Ferrari for sure, though.
It is 100% on brand with the car company that will blacklist people just for putting wraps on their car.
Yeah, I think the same about this as I did about the Urus. I didn't particularly like the Urus when it first came out. I thought it looked a little wonky. Yeah, like it looked like a stretched Huracan that they threw extra doors on. Like it just looked a little bit funky. And now it's like I want one. Like, they're super sick. So,
oh really? You want to know funny? This is how I feel about the Lamborghini Urus. Yeah, I think I hated it. Like, when they came out, I'm like, guys, like, you make cool cars. Make cool cars. You don't need to make an SUV. Yeah. And then I learned that it is just a Q8, and it's just a rebranded Q8. And then I'm like,
Q8.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, well, I want an RSQ8 now. I don't even want the Lamborghini thing. The Lamborghini thing just feels like a dumb rebadged little whatever thing. The RSQ8 like I trust that more, even though it probably is the same car. I think it's like Audi has business doing that. Lamborghini does not have business doing that. I will not change on this point. I don't feel good about it.
No, it is definitely more an Audi than it is a Lamborghini. That was kind of like the super thing, right? Where they're like, let's just like, sure, could we do another V12? Sure. But let's do the same thing. But that being said, the RSQ8 you can get for half the cost of a Urus for essentially, performance-wise, essentially the same car.
And I think it looks better.
I was going to say, they look pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the look
factor,
of it.
You're not going to beat the Urus. Like wow factor, like flex status, you're not going to beat the Urus. But if you're like
though,
apples to apples performance,
if you're somewhere and you're like, oh, check out my key, and it's like, oh, Lamborghini, you don't think you want to ever be like, so anyway, do you want to ride in the back?
I got 4 seats.
Weird. I know, it's just weird. I don't know. This at least,
I will say if it's 4
between or family transportation. The fact that this I think this does a better job than the Lamborghini of like making the supercar SUV because it looks very sporty still. I don't know, it's just weird. I don't feel good about it. Anyway, last car that's coming, and one of the cooler ones I think on the list is Audi is bringing us the A6 e-tron this year.
Whoa.
This guy
it looks cool.
Supposedly there's going to be an Avant version as well. This looks like more of a sedan. But it's going to have 430 miles of range. They're doing a lot of like cold weather testing stuff too. So I learned this recently. Apparently in the cold, you'll lose about 30% of your electric car range. So they've been doing a lot of testing to try to overcome that. But this is coming this year. So that's pretty cool. That's exciting. I like the e-tron program. It's kind of funny before. I forgot about this car. We were talking about the Q8 before, but yeah, no, it's a cool program for sure. Especially, I mean, lest we say Hunatron again. They're doing some great stuff.
Yeah, they're doing some, the e-tron of the electric car branding stuff. Like they're doing some cool stuff. I'm still waiting to be sold on the practicality of one in day-to-day life for like a normal person. You know?
Yeah.
But it's cool
for sure.
Either way.
I could see it for your job where you're traveling around a lot. But I mean, even then, I imagine part of your day is made less boring because you can drop a gear and disappear legally.
Yeah. Well,
but,
also like, I got to stop for 45 minutes. Like I drove like 300 miles today.
Yeah.
So
well, you'd be fine with this Audi. You could do 430 in this thing. But true. It feels like the stress of that, and like if you had another appointment come up that was going to take out of that, like it would result in a lot longer of a recharge.
And it's the same thing with like my car is rated at like 31 miles a gallon, but I average 21. Like it's the same thing where it might be able to get 438 miles range if you're driving Miss Daisy, but
valid.
If you want to have some fun, it's like I have 100 miles. That was like the whole joke with the Ford Lightning, the electric truck, and all the other electric ones is like 12,000 pound towing capacity. It's like 45 feet because your battery burns out.
Right,
it's like it's too much. So hey, this is a lot of good new cars coming. Not necessarily old cars leaving, but some of them I'm not too upset about. Some of them I am. I've got a car you didn't mention, which I'm surprised isn't on the list, honestly.
Okay.
A new car coming in 2023.
It's a new one. Okay.
Well, it's okay. It is okay. Well, I'll kind of give it away. It's similar to the GR Yaris, where like they've been making it, but this is like the next best version of it. So
please share, because I'm excited, because that you slipped something about that before we started recording.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a Supra. Maybe it's a Supra.
Nope. But I'll give you some hints. It has more power than all of the models of the Honda Civic up to the SI. It matches the SI. Okay. More power than the Hyundai Elantra. Wow. Let's go with Elantra. Let's just say Elantra. There's more power than the Elantra. All of the models except for the N. The N has 276 horsepower out of nowhere. I had no idea. That's a lot.
Wow.
It's got more power than a Volkswagen Jetta, then a Mazda MX-5 Miata, then a Mazda 3, more power than the Mercedes-Benz A-Class, and more power than the new Mini Cooper S. So
I gotta be honest, you're not naming the most impressive cars.
No, well, but I'm naming.
Is it a version of the GT86?
It is the 2023 Toyota Prius.
Wait, what?
it has that now. So those cars aren't that
Way
impressive.
to bury the
now
lead.
that you
Okay,
know-
it's impressive now.
So, and then let me show you this from the GR division. Let me show you some.
Wait. There's
Images.
a GR Prius now?
Look at this.
Dude. Okay,
This
that looks
is
pretty
the-
cool. I'm
I
not
feel it
mad.
looks pretty awesome, right?
That's pretty neat.
You can see it pretty good.
Yeah.
pretty well.
Is that
Okay?
so? Is
Here we
that
go.
yeah? Open them all up in a preview window, and then you can just shuffle through them. It'll make it easier later. Okay, so is that
Okay, there. Okay, this one's digitally modified
okay? That's like
with
wait
the
a minute.
RPF ones, right?
Yeah.
Slammed. This looks okay. Granted,
That looks
Prius,
awesome.
They shaved the rear door handles too, so it's like a coupe. Looks sick.
That looks amazing.
So yeah, here's renderings. Look, it's got the triple exhaust, just like the GR Yaris.
I'm a huge fan.
Well, look at this.
That looks wow.
Okay. So
Is this
I'm a
wait?
little
Is
bit
this actually real?
okay, so I'm catfishing a little bit. They're
Okay. No.
GR is they're not making a GR version. Okay, but
What the heck?
but there is a new Prius. All the power stuff I was talking about is 100% accurate. But
Okay.
this is the new Prius. It still looks awesome.
Oh, so you thought you had to put the makeup on it for me to be attracted to it?
Yes. I did 100%. So they've
Okay.
reimagined,
This
completely
looks cool.
reimagined for the first time in ever. Have changed this car. It doesn't have the
Okay.
weird rear window anymore. If you remember,
Oh yeah, the little like
yeah,
The
like
butt
it's still a
window or whatever?
hatchback. Still a
Yeah.
hatchback. Still,
That looks so
still
much better,
practical
though.
as far as that goes. But the lines and everything look good. The rear looks good. The front looks good. It looks like that, like futuristic-y, like hybrid, which
Yeah, I'm
makes
a fan.
sense because Prius is like the OG,
right.
of these things. Like,
Well, Prius has like started this whole trend. It felt like Priuses were the one that kind of went into hybrid territory, and everybody's like, "Wait, what do you mean it's a hybrid? That's weird." And then like everybody dogged on it for forever. Wow, that's sweet.
okay, this is
I'm
another
a huge
rendering.
fan.
Someone did like an off-road version
I
of
love
it.
the way the front lights, this whole like integrating body lines into front lights. I love
Yeah.
it. Looks so
Yeah.
cool. But the back end, can you get another back end shot of this thing up? It looks so nice. Like the way they have the little spoiler tucked in there. It looks so good. And even
you
the
go.
body line coming down. I mean, I asked for one photo and you showed every other. There it is.
No, it's all good. Found it.
Like the way
Said find it.
the fender lines come in through the back. And then
Yeah.
it's got like the little up, like the up scoop spoiler thing.
Yep.
It looks really, really
And
good.
it does have the shaved door handle, like it's up here, like a CRV.
Oh no way! I thought that
You know?
was just in the rendering, like a added thing. That's actually how it is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it has a pretty aggressive body line in the back too, like pretty
does.
chunky fenders.
Like I would, with the new way that looks, I would absolutely believe this. Because
Oh yeah, 100%.
the funny thing is, the Priuses now have a power mode, like a sport
What?
mode, essentially. I don't know if you knew that.
What does
And-
that do on a Prius?
It gives 100% of the gas and the electric motor,
Really?
all in one. And I don't know exactly how the CVT, how the CVT, how
Okay.
that all works exactly, but it tightens it up. I did it and spun the
Interesting.
front wheels on it, believe it or
Really?
not. Yeah.
No way.
So my in-laws
That's
have
awesome.
I think it's a 2017 or something like that, 2018.
Okay.
And it'll
That's
go.
nuts.
It scoots for it's not what you'd expect,
Dude.
right? But
Right,
faster than
right.
all those cars I mentioned. So now that we've looked at it again, faster than the Civic. It's as fast as the Civic Si. It's about the same.
Wow.
It's 196 horsepower. Civic Si is 200. Like 2023,
Okay.
not like old model.
Okay.
Elantra, Jetta, MX-5 Miata, Mazda 3,
Wow.
Mercedes-Benz A-Class, and the Mini Cooper S. So
And it gets between 50 and 56 miles per gallon, according to Google.
yeah,
So, dude,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, to have that mileage, I can't believe I'm saying this sentence out loud, but to have that kind of power, to have like that,
I got
that
him to
level
say
of
it.
car, you're like, yes, I win the bet. I'll get $5. Like to have those kind of features look like that, have the potential of, I mean, even seeing that rendering with that little fender flare in the back, the bigger like Vossen looking wheels, like
Mhm.
it's a cool look. And like Priuses I don't know what Priuses cost brand new, but they're not that bad. And like, that's just a
It's like 30
baseline
grand.
Prius now, right? Like that's not, you didn't show me any specialty Prius for that. The one that was like on the road, the regular shots of it and everything. That's just a
I don't
Prius.
know. I don't know. I doubt the base model comes with like 18s, whatever those are.
Oh yeah, but let's be honest. If you're buying this car because you're going to modify it, you're replacing wheels anyway, so don't waste your time on the factory package unless you need the interior options and stuff. But
what percentage of people are buying a brand new Prius to modify it? Maybe more people now. Maybe more people now.
Yeah, if they actually, I bet if they did the GR division one, a lot of people would, because people started buying. I mean, I guess this is a little different. Like people were buying the brand new like BRZ and like that whole platform and modifying the crap out of it. So like that's buying a relatively new, but pretty, but it's like a low horsepower. It's probably in this ballpark horsepower car, isn't it? It's not that much more horsepower in that.
Actually, it might be less.
Well, okay, hold on. I gotta find that now. BRZ. What is the horsepower of the
196? Oh, okay.
It's only 228.
Okay. It's not.
That's not that.
It's 30 more horsepower than a Prius.
Could you imagine driving a BRZ and knowing you're 20 horsepower more? 4 stickers away.
4 stickers faster than a Prius.
So if you go to thirdpedalpodcast.com, you get the horsepower you need to beat some of those guys.
You can get, yeah. Have you, dude, this is like a funny subculture of car community. Like everybody loves and hates the BRZ. I feel like, because like I personally, I think it's a cool platform. I think it's a great engine swap platform, because I do not believe they gave it enough of anything from the start. But same type of thing we talk about with these other cars. They were like, let's get the thing out. We partnered with these other brands. We can all release it under our own platform or whatever, which I always kind of thought was a little bit silly, but whatever. They did their thing. And people are either you can do turbo kits and get it up to like a modest like 350 without too much super crazy, or it's a great platform. It's a decent sized engine compartment coupe that you can pretty easily, like, it kind of reminds me of like,
I don't know, a Ferrari engine in there.
Well, yeah, if you're you can fit anything anywhere with enough money.
Yeah, it is kind of like a 240. I always saw it as, I mean, my view on a BRZ is, I really think, like, it is interesting now that you say that it's kind of the pilot program for the Supra. It feels like it was a lower risk version of trying that out. But I think, like, honestly, the BRZ, I think, is like one of the better looking, like, brand loyalty and everything aside, I think most people would agree. It's like the proportions of the car, the way the headlights look, the way the rear lights look, like everything about it. It's just a really solid looking car. That whether you wide body it or just do like a track setup or lift it for some off-road stuff, like, it looks really good. And I'm so perplexed and confused why they just put the naturally aspirated, like they put the Forester engine in it. Like they put the regular 2.5 liter naturally aspirated thing. I don't know why they never did the turbocharged model. I don't know why they never went that way. No, I don't know why they never did that. It was the perfect car for it. It like really baffles me. I
think they could have agreed to separate in some ways and allowed Subaru to do an SDI version with a turbo 2.5. Yeah. They could have allowed Toyota to put their own, similar to like the GR Yaris, but if they could do a 4-cylinder at, 300 something horsepower.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Turboed in theirs.
The engine bay, it was a Subaru motor. It was built for a Boxer. So like the engine bay is designed to hold a Boxer engine. So like even when the guys are doing like these huge V8s and stuff, they're cutting hoods and they're doing custom subframes and everything. Like there's a lot of room that has to be made up.
Or even
I just don't get it.
Like the because like the same thing with the Supra, people would have been mad if they came out with the Supra with like a V6 instead of a straight 6, even though that's more practical for Toyota to do today. Right. Like the same thing with the AE86 was like, that was a pretty iconic 4-cylinder turbo.
That's true. That's true.
Of its time, like that little hatchback drift car, like that's what it's supposed to be bringing back. So like in the same way, they're like, people didn't like that they borrowed a BMW motor for that Supra, but like it was still a 3-liter straight 6 turbo. Like it was everything. It was so similar to the 2J that it was like everybody's forgiven it by now. But
that's a good point.
Like the A86, it's just like if they could have done even the Corolla 4-cylinder with a bigger turbo, and better tuning,
that'd been cool.
That would have been a little more brand specific. And then Scion is dead now, right? They're not even part of this equation anymore.
I don't think anybody's happy that Scion got included in that whole deal.
Dude, we need whoever negotiated that. We need like running our country. Whoever negotiated Scion in on that.
It's that like Toyota and Subaru facing down, and they're like, also me.
Like, what about if I'm part of this?
Right. Yeah, it's so weird because it's like even
It's
all
like
the people
art
who
of the
have
deal
them,
part 2 with whoever negotiated that.
yeah,
deal.
everybody just rebadges them too, and it's weird too because it has its own little like the BRZ and then the A86 and then the FRS, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of the same but cheaper than I don't know. It's weird.
It's
But-
like you're talking about like the brand specific
Yeah.
elitism
Yep.
of like,
Yep.
oh, you have an FRS, you couldn't
Right.
afford the Subaru badge.
Right,
It's like,
right. Like
oh,
the
we have the
Subaru
same
guys
car.
are like, oh, it's not the. I'm like, dude, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, I don't know. That one really confuses me. But all that to say, very cool what they're doing with the Prius.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a sidetrack, but yeah,
very
do.
very big sidetrack. But that is really interesting. I had no clue that that's where you were going with that statement. That
Good.
confused the crap out of
I
me.
hope
Good
everybody
job.
listening to it was flabbergasted as I was, because I saw like
Oh man.
saw it coming out. I'm like, man, it looks kind of cool. And then I started looking into the specs, and one of the specs I thought was funny is that it does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds faster than the last model. I'm like, how slow was this thing?
Wait. I heard that wrong. So it does it that many seconds faster than the last one. Wow, that's a
And
weird
it's
flex.
Still not, I don't think it's still fast. I'm gonna Google it real quick too.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I had looked up real quick. I had the horsepower for the new BRZ, and I was just going
yeah.
historic. So unfortunately, if you have a 2020 BRZ, you're looking at Prius horsepower. You've got a solid 200 with only 150 foot-pounds of torque. So my 80s Porsche is rivaling you, which is unfortunate. And that
Yes.
engine sucks. So, anyway, I know you're Googling something quick, and then I got one last
I got
topic
it.
we can cover here together. All right, go for it.
So standardly, they would do 0 to 60 in about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Which, if you know anything about 0 to 60,
Not great.
yeah, I'm gonna take a nap in that time. So the new one sprinted to 60 in a cool 7.1 seconds.
Hey.
So it's not too. I mean, like compare it against some of your other cars. Now, of the cars that it beats horsepower wise, I bet it is. I could just about guarantee it's slower 0 to 60 than about all those, because they're not hybrids. None of the other ones I
Right.
talked about were hybrids, so they don't have
Right.
the extra weight of the battery. They don't have the CVT. More than likely,
Right.
I'm sure some of them do. They
Right.
have more than likely a shiftable 6-speed or 7-speed or
Yep.
8-speed
Yep.
automatic or something like that could
Yep.
get it there a little bit quicker. But
Yep.
still, it's nothing to nothing
Not
to.
bad. Nothing to slouch. So they went from 10 down to about 7 for a 0 to 60.
Yep. Yep.
So I have a unfortunate truth for you. This might hit a little close to home.
Oh, boy.
So I looked up the time. Granted, yours is tuned, so you're probably a little bit more safe.
Don't do
The
this. To me.
0 to 60 on a Audi S3. What do you think it is?
Oh, it's like 4.6 or something.
4.3. So it's a cool. So here's the chart, right? You've got a one end of the chart. You've got
Yep.
Prius, and then you go 3 seconds down, new Prius, and then 3 seconds down. Zach's
I'm just the newer Prius.
So you're one generation away, buddy.
Thanks. We really got to get like one of those GPS track monitor
Yeah.
things. I would
Yes.
really like to actually well, let's do a little comments thing. Would you guys want to race us? So like, I'm thinking about whatever app it is, like getting something that can track 0 to 60 quarter mile on a track,
Yeah.
of course, but I'll digitize it, right?
Yes.
But
yeah, but no, we could have like a leaderboard or just kind of like,
Right.
hey, our listeners' cars do X kind of a thing. That'd be a cool
we
page
would
to have
put it
on
up
our
on our
website
website.
for sure.
Like we could
Yeah,
have a
let us
page of
know.
it on our website, like a leaderboard with. We'll have people's
Yeah.
usernames, whether you want it to be your Instagram, wherever you actually post the
Yeah.
video evidence. You got to provide the video evidence. The
Obviously.
video where it didn't happen,
All
and
right.
then you could race us, see if you can beat us. I
Yeah,
think.
comment
if I might
comment
not
below
be-
comment below what system you guys are using for this, because I know a lot of people use a bunch of different ones. If there's a bunch, if
Yeah.
everybody's using one type, we can get that one and go
Right.
that way with it. But
Yep.
I'm very curious what my WRX can do, and it's going to be slow, but I'm curious what the Porsche does too. Let's just
Yeah,
let's
I
put a
wanna-
number behind it.
Well, I think we should do categories somehow, like leagues
Yeah.
almost. A total leaderboard for sure, and then I could just hang out at the top for a while. But then
Oh, interesting that that's what you think.
I think so. I'm trying to think of what would be faster.
I don't think my WRX is faster, but I think it would be surprisingly close.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting to see, because you've also got half of the weight.
Yeah, true. You've got more power. You've got a lot more power though, and the less age of engine, which is nice.
Well, I also have a AI shifting for me. Not
Valid.
me. So that
Dude, I
helps
need
a
to get
lot.
better at the 1 to 2. My 1 to 2 is violent. Every time I do it, Chloe's like, "Why did you slam it so hard? Did you just want it to feel powerful?" I'm like, "No, it's because I suck at it."
Like I'm just trying to. Well, you know why?
Why?
Because 99% of the rest of your manual driving has been with a broken second gear
I was
synchro.
just it's because I'm nervous about the second synchro.
Yeah,
I was doing
yeah.
I've been getting better at it. I watched there was this video that came up on TikTok that was like shifter techniques and preloading it and everything like that. And
Mhm.
that's helped a little bit. But yeah, dude, the first time I remember specifically the first time I took dad in it, or the first time I drove with my father-in-law with Lewis. And then the first time I drove with dad, it was just like first gear, because first gear is hard in that car. It's a lot. Probably did this with you too. But it's like that gear hurts.
It's crazy torquey.
And then getting to second, I can't do it fast enough. And it might even be just pushing the clutch in. I fall forward and then I can't get the momentum in for it right. So then I like lose all my boost. So it's like, you hear the turbo spool and it's like when I dump it. And then I go into second. And it's like we're starting over with the spool because I lost all of it. So
Wait a minute.
unless I can be like that old Netflix movie. Remember the one that we watched that was like money shifting the whole way? I probably shouldn't do that, but I mean,
Well, that's what I was just thinking. How do you not have no lift shift in your tune?
because I have a tune from like 2004.
Still, are you
Yeah.
sure you
So-
don't have it?
There's speculation that I might not have a rev limiter on this tune.
Oh, so you don't want to necessarily test that out? That's
yeah,
fair.
I don't really want to go up there. I mean, I've had it to, I think redline is 9, or like the top of
Holy cow.
top of my tack is 9. I've had it to like 78 or so, but I get nervous
Yeah.
up there.
So you
but-
don't want to like accidentally take it to 10K.
No, I mean, so
Trying-
I
trying to
purchased
figure
a
out.
tune because it uses a really old method of the vacuum actuator or the boost controller, essentially, like that runs off of the turbo housing and everything back
Mhm.
there. It uses a really old one. It's like a 2-port, and I have a 3-port. That's like the new Cobb tune or whatever, or the new Cobb technology for it. I'm butchering all this. I suck at talking about this. Haven't talked about this in a really long time. I was emotionally prepared to sell the car, and then right as soon as I had a good offer, this happens to me a lot. As soon as I had an offer for it, I was like, "Nah, keep it." And then I deleted
Yeah.
the listing, and now I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
But I have that, and I actually bought a new tune, but I need a special thing. I actually think I can use the VCDS thing to load it. I'm not sure yet.
Oh,
though.
nice.
But I was kind of when the Audi was broken for this whole big project, which I got to talk about on here sometime. But when that was all broken,
Yeah, next episode,
I like
let's dive
wanted
into
to
that
load the
stuff.
tune, but then I was like, what if I like brick this ECU on this car? Because like I bought it from like a semi-sketchy thing online, but it's like a semi-reputable e-tuner. But that'll give me. I bought it with 2-step, so I'll have 2-step now, which is cool. But
Yes.
but yeah, so we'll get
We'll
there. We'll
have
cross
to
the bridge when we
do-
get to it. But
Coming up soon, we'll have to do like an actual like build breakdown of all of our, not all of our
that would
cars,
be
but
really
like
cool.
the Subaru and like my Audi. Like
Yeah.
talk about what we've done to
And
it.
that's it.
That's all. Sorry, Tyler.
Burn. I was like, so I got this Golf,
Boom roasted.
and yeah.
It's like, so I've got some push pins holding up the headliner. That's a nice mod. Some weight addition.
He's got that magnet. The clip broke for the glove box. He's got the magnets in that hold it up.
Perfect.
The previous owner did that.
Yep.
Smells
that's
like
great.
crayons.
That I still don't agree with. I don't understand the smells like crayons thing. I know the community does, I'm sure, but
It's
I
a
don't.
whole thing.
That's funny.
Okay, looking at the new Hummer. I saw this article, and the title of it was what caught my eye. Which I gotta pull up the exact title. I want to say it right. So I was scrolling through, and there's this title that said the GMC Hummer EV has a cheeky jab at the Tesla Cybertruck hidden in the dashboard.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've heard about this at all. So
I have not.
apparently, this is a really cool feature. Let me find a normal picture of this first. This is a good one. So the Hummer keeps getting cooler and cooler to me. Apparently, it's ginormous in real life.
I've heard,
I haven't seen one around yet, but so this is the auxiliary switch section on the giant touchscreen in the
That's
center.
so many switches.
Dude, this is all customizable. Let me find a real picture of this. Once it's up, like you can pick them all and have whatever you want. The whole center
Dude.
console can be switches, and it's all for switchable circuits. So like it's all custom buttons because like if you have trail lights or if you have a winch or if
Right.
you have all this other stuff, you can add it in and plug it into the different circuits of the vehicle. So as you're updating things, instead of adding weird additional switch panels to your car, you can actually program it in and have this digital switch display, much like an old Humvee would have.
Wow.
So it's really cool feature.
That's pretty cool.
So gets weird though. So while they were doing this, there was apparently there was a what was it? It was like a press person had one of the GM vehicles, one of the GM Hummers, to like test it out, and they were
Mhm.
digging through the menu, and they saw this icon. And so they built
That is
an icon
funny.
of it running over a Cybertruck. And then
Wow.
they had named the switch function. Whoever had this demo card before him customized this and put it in. And it says, I don't know if you get this, it says vaporware. And I didn't get it right off the bat, but I looked it up. And vaporware is something that supposedly is going to come out, but just never gets released, and you kind of don't have clarity around it and everything. So apparently, this is one of the icons you can get. Among the others, I'm clicking on the wrong window. That's funny. Among the other icons you can get, they have other hits at other vehicles, but they've got the Bigfoot, they've got a Frankenstein, they have the Loch Ness monster. Apparently, they have hidden Easter eggs at other companies. So like let me find it in here. The Bigfoot, for example, is supposed to be like poking fun at the Ford Bronco Sasquatch package.
Oh, sure.
They have one of a meteor coming down and hitting a T-Rex, and that's supposed to be like a hit, the Ram TRX. And then they have the Cybertruck thing too. What was the other? Oh, I thought there was another one in here. But yeah, so they're just this whole article pointing out all the goofy ones that you can have. And then there was this one that the guy found that kind of did this whole like, wait, what can you do in this car? So it's, obviously this one formatted as vaporware did not come from the factory that way, but somebody at the factory 100% designed this icon. It got okayed and it got included in a production vehicle. And I think that's fantastic. So good job. Awesome. Whoever at GM slipped that in. It's awesome. There's probably a TikTok about it because that just feels kind of on brand with something like this, but I think that's awesome. So if you get a chance to drive in the new Hummer, check for that button, program to vaporware, and I don't know what you have it do. They're speculating that the Cybertruck, supposedly, people are supposed to start receiving delivery of those this year.
Wow.
And they're now, the end of the article speculated that, if another company is going to have a counter jab, it's probably going to be Tesla. So they're speculating on what that could possibly be. Some anti-Hummer something hidden in the menu somewhere. But
well, he's such like a meme guy too, Elon.
Dude.
That, I can totally see him putting some of that. I mean, the only Easter eggs he puts into Teslas right now are poorly fitting body panels. But
boom,
maybe there'll be some other jabs.
Ooh, this just in. We just got pulled off Twitter.
No, good thing we don't post there.
I know. But anyway, that was the funny, quirky thing I wanted to show this week. But thank you guys for joining us. It's going to be a great year this year. Visit thirdpedalpodcast.com. We've got our merch and everything up there if you guys want to support the show. We've also got links to all the other networks that we release stuff on. If you're finding us right now on Spotify, we've got a whole YouTube show where we do videos and breakdowns and everything like that. We're on TikTok if you want to engage with us. Instagram, a lot of people send us messages there for content you guys want to share. We'll have a Make It or Break It coming up shortly. Where we go over the fail videos you guys sent in. We've got a couple really good ones, one that made me laugh really hard out loud. So keep sending those in. But you can find us everywhere, Third Pedal Podcast. And yeah, we're excited to see what 2023 has in store for us. So
yeah, if you're just listening, say you're an Apple. If you're just listening, definitely watch us. If you're just listening and watching on Spotify, hop on YouTube or hop on the other social platforms. We put on so much other stuff, clips from the episodes, favorite moments, stuff that's sort of cut up, and then even some special stuff like the Backroads episode, and we'll do another one of those pretty soon, I'm sure too. And then the other thing I want to know is what are you guys working on this year? Like, what are the plans for, I'm not really a big fan of resolutions, but what are your big plans for your cars? Is there a new car you're hoping to get? Maybe a lot of people I'm sure listening are hoping to get their first car this year. There's a lot of people exciting thing about a New Year's. There's a lot of a lot of you guys are going to be able to drive for the first time, which is terrifying for us, but awesome for you. So super exciting. Like, what are you looking to get? Or if you're a veteran driver's license holder, which is anybody over the age of 16, I guess. What are you doing to your car this year? What are the plans? What are the hopes and dreams? So
yeah, that's great. What is your New Year revolution?
There we go. And what are you gonna wreck your This Is My Garage shirt in? If you guys don't know, that is the one piece of our merchandise that we designed for you guys to destroy, and you get a little bit of extra credit if you destroy it. Did we decide? This might need to be cut. Did we decide that we'll replace it if they destroy it working on their car?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. We'll keep it in then. If you destroy it, please destroy it, but please destroy it doing something awesome. So if you destroy it working on your car, we will replace it free of charge. The only thing you'll have to do is send it into us, because we're going to have, we're slowly working on a wall of fame for that type of stuff as we get more permanent studio stuff set up, blah, 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 blah. I'll just keep talking. But
all that jazz. But yeah, thirdpedalpodcast.com. Thank you guys for the support so far. 2023 is going to be an awesome year. We have a little motto that we say among the brothers here: when, not if. And when we have all this other we have a lot of exciting guests coming to the show. We have a lot of exciting plans for the show, and it's happening soon. Thanks for riding with us. There's going to be a lot more ahead. So thanks for joining us. Catch you next week.
Peace.